Hello, Grand Rapids, and welcome back to one of our updates here from City Hall with myself and our city manager, Mr. Mark Washington. Just a few updates here, but what I want to start off with is reminding you that as we all go out and about and enjoy the warmer weather, that we're going to ask you to continue to really abide by the social distancing that we all are practicing right now as we work to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. So we want to see you out in our parks. We want people to be enjoying nature and staying healthy during this time, but we also want to make sure that we stay safe. So there's a lot of things still closed down at our parks, and we're going to ask you just to respect those and not go on our playgrounds and other equipment right now, but then also just to be mindful of all those precautions that we're taking, whether it's hand sanitizer, washing our hands. And then as we move into our Memorial Day, Memorial Day this year is going to look different because of COVID, but it's still an opportunity for all of us to take this time to honor and really give respect to the men and women who have lost their lives serving our country. And so there's some virtual things that we'll be doing. You're still welcome to go to our cemeteries and pay respects. We'll be doing our part to make sure that we don't miss the importance of this day, even though we are in this pandemic and staying safe. So I encourage you to do that along with me. Coming from a long list of veterans, and these are important days that we all take as a community to honor those who have served our country. With that, I'll turn it to our city manager, and we'll go back and forth with some updates, and we'll try to make sure that you're staying informed of what we're doing here at City Hall. City manager?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and I too want to thank those veterans who have honorably served our country, and especially those who have given the ultimate sacrifice of their life and their service. Likewise, I want to thank all of our first responders and our central employees for their work, and those who continue to be on the front line, our frontline workers who are helping us to make sure that we stay as safe as possible during this global pandemic. We will be having another town hall on WZZM this week on the 20th of May at Wednesday at 7 o'clock. To give an update, we'll be joined by the County Board Chair, Mandy Bolter, and our Public Health Director, Dr. Adam London. And we'll be talking about how we're managing the spread of COVID-19, mitigating the spread of COVID-19 in West Michigan, and we're doing a great job. Thank you for adhering to the guidelines on social distancing and working safely. We're starting to see some of our economy reopening with manufacturing and construction, and we look forward to having more aspects of the economy reopen as soon as the stay-at-home, stay-safe order expires. We are at City Hall planning for the reentry of some of our other employees into some of our workspaces, and hopefully we'll be doing so around the 1st of June. So to assist other employers who are likewise planning, the county, the city, as well as partnering with Myers and Michigan State University, as well as other employers, have developed a website, a resource for return to work, KentCountyBackToWork.com, and there you'll find resources about screening your workers, and there are resources to get thermometers, to take daily temperature readings, just to do as much as we can to make sure that we mitigate the spread of COVID-19, as well as talking about, there's other resources about PPE. So please take advantage of that and visit the website, KentCountyBackToWork.com. Mayor?
Thank you, City Manager. And we continue to work both internally and with a lot of community partners as we look at recovery and revitalization. I want you to know that that's a top priority for us, how we can make sure that we are doing everything within our power to save our small businesses who are struggling right now, and then also thinking about what we can do to really everything we can to make sure that our local economy is able to bounce back as quickly as possible after this pandemic. So just know that we're working on that both internally with an internal team, but also with our community partners. We're also working hard here at City Hall with the full City Commission as we work through our budget. This is an important process that we go through every single year. Our budget, our balanced budget is due to be approved by the end of this month, and that's with a July 1 start date. So the City Commission has been meeting with city staff in lengthy, sometimes 2 to 4 hour budget sessions over the last several weeks. Next week, we have 2 more meetings. So we have our full City Commission agenda on Tuesday, and we will be having a budget session at our evening meeting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We have a public hearing scheduled. We want to hear from you about the budget recommendation. So we will provide information on our website how to do that, but you can call 311 or 456-3000 during the City Commission meeting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And if you want to speak on the budget, you'll be put in a queue, and as soon as we get to that item, we'll open it up for your comments. So we do want to hear from you. You can also still email the City Commission and provide input and feedback that way. And then we'll be meeting again next week, the full City Commission on Thursday morning, to finalize our budget and hopefully vote on that and have that finished up by the end of next week. So a lot of work has gone into this. You can find a full breakdown of the budget on our city website, but I'll let you know that over the last 5 weeks, we've had to pivot and make some pretty significant changes during the budget process as we respond to what looks like some significant reductions in revenue. And I know we've talked about in the past, but we're working hard to make sure that we are able to balance our budget, but also make sure that we are fiscally sound, knowing that there's a lot of unpredictable times ahead. So, City Manager?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. And one of the things that will help during these very challenging times, particularly when there's economic contraction and we're on the brink of national recession, is to have as much federal support as possible. And we have been advocating to receive federal dollars directly, either through the CARES Act or through other federal funding. But there's another way that we can get more federal resources, and you can help with that. And that is by making sure that you participate in the census. It happens every 10 years. And so we are doing well, but we're still not where we want to be. So far, we have about 65, a little over 65% of our community that's responded to the survey. We'd like to see our numbers around 85%, and we need your participation. So please make sure you respond either by mail or online to the census, and it can mean as much as $18,000 over a 10-year period. So we really would like you to ensure that you do your part to ensure that we are able to be funded appropriately, whether that means making sure that we have the appropriate infrastructure for roads, for schools, for housing and other services that are based on census count. So please do your part. Thank you.
Do you know how much money the community receives for each person's response?
No, not really.
No clue. I don't know what one person's response would bring in.
Oh boy, good question.
500?
At least 1,000.
Probably 5 to 10 grand.
Well, I don't want to go over like there's 2 showcases on Price is Right. But
And how much funding does our community receive for each person's census?
I don't know.
I wish I knew. Maybe 1,000?
oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know that each form does matter because each community member that fills out a form gets $18,000 for the community.
that's a lot of money right there.
Yeah.
Well, I think if people knew more about that, then they would be more willing to fill it out. Why wouldn't you want to help out your community?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, City Manager. And then last, just a few reminders. So our summer is going to look different. We have already seen that a number of festivals have decided not to move forward this year. So Grand Rapids summer of 2020 is going to look different, but it doesn't have to mean that we don't celebrate a lot of things together in a different way. So our Festival of the Arts, which comes together every year to honor and celebrate the installation of the Calder, or La Grande Vitesse, is going to go virtual this year, so you can follow along as a lot of people in our community come together for a celebration to celebrate 51 years of the Calder, the weekend of June 5th. So there will be a virtual arts festival, so you can weigh in on that. And then also a lot of fun things happening. People are being creative and innovative during this time, finding ways to stay connected even though we are more isolated than we have been in the past. One is a dance competition for West Michigan. You can learn more there at the Groove app online, but also you can download the app. I know I'll be joining them for a dance coming up, and people have an opportunity to win $10,000. So you can learn more about that at thegrooveapp.com. And then as we close, I just really want to honor the fact that a lot of people continue to struggle during this time. And I appreciate everyone who's working really hard to make sure that there are resources and support available. But then also just reminding you that we are a strong community and we are going to get through this together. And I am more optimistic than ever as I continue to work with people. And I see our community coming together in ways that I've never seen before. And so I hope that even during this difficult time, you feel optimistic about our future together, because we truly are a remarkable community.